Hi Aquarius, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your love reading for the upcoming 2 weeks. Starting on the 29th of 11, going into the 12th of the 12th. So that is mid-December, Lucia, as we say in Swedish. And the 29th of 11, I think is a cool date because 2 plus 9 equals 11 as well. So we have like a 11-11 situation here today when I'm recording this. So it's a good kickoff energy. I also want to say we moved out from Scorpio season and moved into Sagittarius season. We just had a new moon, which starts like a whole bunch of new good energy. Having all of that said, I know I speak a lot about it, and I think the general population still speaks a lot about it in terms of astrology and just the planets and the numerology even. But to just take that with a grain of salt and just have it be light, like a lightweight in your life, and just then keep track of your own energy and take full responsibility for yourself. To not sort of, yeah, that's what happened with the full moon, so now I'm feeling this or that. You don't have to. You can take full responsibility for what happens with your own energy at all times. But it's nice to know that, okay, if it is a bit heavier energy coming in, do extra much work at keeping yourself, straight, and so that you don't become homosexual. Too harsh? I don't know. I'm nothing against homosexuals. I just want to say, I should never do those jokes, because you never know what bothers somebody today. I lost my thread. I couldn't keep a straight face. So I just kept going. Man, what was I saying? So that you can stay straight with your energy. Yes, and now we're moving into awesome energy, like very light energy that really is like it's helping you. And so of course it feels easier, but it's not because of the planets that it's easier in your life, and it's not because of the planets that it's harder in your life. You just have to do a more or less work on yourself to have the grandest life you ever want on any given day. Just want to say that. Take full responsibility. Aquarius! Wow. The upcoming 2 weeks, you're meeting somebody, or you met somebody, or you definitely have somebody on your head, on your mind. We're starting off with the peacock card, and if you've listened to me before, you know that the peacocks for me is a sign, a symbolism for the soulmate connection, as are unicorns, when unicorn shows up, and penguins lately. But definitely peacocks, they're my strongest, they're the strongest suit to show that a soulmate connection is made as we speak, has already come in, you already met them, or they're stepping through the door in any second, or they're just a whole lot of bunch on your mind, like they're sitting on top of your head there. You're just really thinking about them. So I feel like the connection has been made, which is a beautiful thing. They're a complete mirror of you. It's a pure soul, like soulmate connection. I don't know if you see that, but it's so beautiful. Yeah, maybe you do. It's like okay, so she's looking down. There's a face, like a silhouette, like a profile. A silhouette from the side, like looking back at her. It's just looking, it's called mirroring relationships, and it's always a mirroring relationship because whatever you carry vibrationally, you will attract from your person, right? So it's always a mirror relationship, but this really, truly almost defines you because it's almost like looking at yourself. It's a bit scary because they're so your soul family. They're so you in so many different ways. And like I said, if you haven't already met them, they are so close. You can feel the essence of them. They have come visit you in your dreams. You might think that you saw them, or had a you can almost have like an instant connection with somebody that might not be your soulmate, but it's just to show you what it might feel like, just a premonition almost, like was that my person? And then it wasn't, but the feeling is like it's a feeling that you're searching for. As long as you have that feeling inside of you, that's when you become a magnet for what you want. Then it's just it keeps showing, like, let it just happen now. Don't force anything to happen. Let it happen. Just follow the signs and follow the impulses, really. Don't push for anything. Don't ask for anything. Don't go knocking on anybody's door that does. If you haven't had any, like, if there's a particular person that you have in mind, don't go visit them if you don't feel an impulse to do so. If your like higher self hasn't told you to do so, don't force it. There's something about the timing here that is of importance. Of course, it's always of importance. The timing is always of importance, but very much so that, like, okay, for instance, a metaphor. If you were to feel like having a cup of coffee, and, well, you felt like having a cup of coffee, so I can't really say that. Okay, here. You go visit a friend, and that friend offers you a cup of coffee. And you just had a cup of coffee before going to them. You just felt so much for having coffee before you went to them. So you actually are, you know, it's not on top of your list right now to have a cup of coffee. Just stay with me. What does the coffee has to do with your love? Everything. Has to do everything with the timing. If you then say, they're offering you coffee and you sort of, you don't feel the hint or the inspiration to have the coffee, but you still say yes, you're going to have the cup of coffee and maybe you're going to get a slight stomach ache, or you're just feeling a bit off because it was too much coffee in a very short time, or it's not, or you feel really nothing. It was just, well, I could have used water instead, or whatever. It's just not the end of the world if you have a cup of coffee and the timing was a bit off. But having that cup of coffee when you really felt like having it, that's the best cup of coffee. So it's the same thing here. It's not like with a cup of coffee, it's not the end of the world, but you really can screw things up. I don't want to scare you. I do want to scare you a tiny bit, because you want to make this right. You want to wait for the timing to be right for this. And so don't have a cup of coffee if you don't feel like it. If the inspiration is not there, if the impulse is not there, don't go for it. Don't contact them. This is if you met, because if you don't know who your person is, that's really good, because then you can't force yourself onto them or have it go too quickly, or, you know. So if you don't know who this person is, or they haven't really shown their face to you yet, or you just feel them in the essence of them, or you dreamt about them or something like that, that's perfect. That's a perfect situation for you to be in. Then go with the flow, like the card says, and enjoy it. Do you see how much she's enjoying riding those fish? Maybe you can ride some fish like you do on a Friday afternoon. And just let it happen. Let it come to you. Let it naturally, gradually move into what it's supposed to be, and take as much I was going to say pride, because I can't find any other, but it's not at all the word that I'm looking for. Take as much joy, have as much fun in the search for your person, in the waiting of your person, in the pursuit of your person, in the journey to your person, as you will have with your person. Because the better energy you put yourself in going forward, going towards this, the better you're going to feel when you get to that cup of coffee, and when it's timing, when you guys get together. Yummy. But then again, here comes sort of, it's so funny, because this has become my like sidekick card for the soulmate connection. It's so interesting. So this is telling me that you actually have dreamt about them. They have started to show up to you, making themselves known in a way. And it's not like they're sitting on a cloud somewhere, and now I'm going to make myself known a bit more, and now I'm going to now I'm gonna show myself a bit more. Here's a little presentation of me. Now they're ready for that. It's not like that at all. They might sit, actually, if you resonate with this reading, if you feel like, oh, that's so me, and I get interested and inspired by this, I'm gonna do an extended on your person and where they're at in relationship to you. But that's in the extended. So this is not them sitting there, you know, they might as well just be on the other side, waiting as much as you do for them. Like, they're waiting for you, they're waiting for the signals as well. They're dreaming about you, you know, so they're on the same page. Have you met them? Have you recently met them? Because I feel like it's really, really strong. The energy is really strong about it. Have you met them? This is you fantasize. This is like the day. This is you fantasizing about them. You can still dream about them, of course. And the more you move into a physical reality, what I found is that the more, like, when it starts to show up, even on a dream level, when you sleep, that's like the step right before something is about to manifest in real life, whatever it is. If you dream about it and it feels good, obviously. If you dream about it and it sucks, you're not there quite yet. But if you dream about it and it feels really good, you can be assured that it's so soon there to manifest in your life. And then pay attention to the feelings around it. And so this is, if you met them, if you didn't meet them, I feel like this is the essence. This is you. This is signals from the universe being sent back and forth to you guys. You're sort of picking up the signals, almost feeling like, are they there yet? I think I feel them almost. Or like having dreams about them, waking up, not knowing who they are, but really having dreams about them. Or if this is a person that you lived with before, if there's a reconnection being made, of course, then you can think about them in a way, like, of course, then you know who they are. And if you're so sure, you just know in your heart that you guys are going to come back together, that's a different story, because now you can think about them, knowing who they are, even though you haven't. Then timing is maybe even more so important, to just wait it out, to not overstep any boundaries of free will. So, but if you haven't met them, I feel like, or if you have met them, sorry, if they have come into your life, this is you really fantasizing about them. This is you like visualizing about them, daydreaming about them, like just thinking about the type of life you can have together. It's just really, really beautiful, guys. So you're moving forward in a perfect pace, but there's something about needing to say, just wait, just be patient, just, you know, do you have as much fun as you can on your own. Don't be dependent on this counterpart, on your mirroring counterpart. Be as happy in yourself as you can be. Don't need the planets for you to feel good. Don't need the planets for you to feel bad. But take responsibility for your own stuff. I actually read completion, but it says competition. So I'm actually going to stick to what I read first, which is completion. So there's something that has been completed in your life. Something. It might be like a karmic cycle. It might be something that you've been working on, and it just feels like that has come full circle. Like there's nothing more to be added to it. There's nothing more. If this was a conflict, the conflict is over. If there was something, and this might not be at all be related to this love relationship, but there's just something in your life that I feel probably has stood in the way for you to really okay, since everything is connected and everything like your energy, your overall energy is what you're sending out. So it doesn't really matter if you focus on money or if you focus on love, because at the end it's the same thing. It's your energy, and it feels like there's something that you needed to finish or like organize or get control over, or have like wrap up, like have be done. Maybe even wrapping up a relationship. Like maybe you were in a relationship and you needed to end the relationship that you were in. Whatever that is for you. It's a general reading, so it really can be anything. But you know, me talking about this, you know what that is. And there's a completion there. And then I see a bridge. So there's something you've been bridging it. Like there's, what is this? It's like you, and then there's the owl. There's the owl just sitting there watching it. So it's like you had to grow, like you become wiser within yourself. You've matured, I guess you could say. And there's a bridging. There's like a bridging from one place to the other. It's like before you didn't know how to get there. Before you didn't know how to close the gap, before it was something that you didn't understand, and now you understand it. You didn't know how to get from A to B, and now you've gotten to B. You didn't know, how do I finish this? How do I complete this? It was something lacking, I feel, or something you needed to get done or get out of the way, or however that's playing out. You've done that now. You've completed it. And this card is mine, like this is just you being in a really, really good place and sort of doing a 180. I call this my 180 card. You're feeling really powerful, getting your power back at least. Starting to play again. So probably it has been a bit tough on you, Aquarius. This is you like getting back up in the saddle again. And if you see the tiger, it's like it's going one direction in full steam ahead in one direction, and then it's just, oh wait, I'm gonna go in another direction. I'm gonna actually change direction here. And so you see the tiger just does a 180 and just goes the complete other way that they thought, or just completely back to the situation you thought you were gonna leave forever, but in a completely different way, like in a completely different light. So there's something you needed to complete, and you've completed it now, where you're in a really good position now, and you're having way more fun than you recently had. It feels like you're starting to really, I don't know, recognize yourself again, having more fun again, finding the lighter side of life again, finding humor again, playing tricks on people. I don't know. Yeah, it's a really good energy there. Okay, guys, this is your reading for the upcoming 2 weeks. I hope it resonates with some of you guys out there and uplifts you. If it resonated, check out the description check out the link in the description box. Otherwise, just thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.